Growing up mixed in the United States of America is a story of its own. Doesn't matter which background you come from, where your parents are from, where your ancestors are from. Growing up mixed in America is an experience for everyone who is mixed and have their own different experiences. As someone who was born and raised in California, it is common to have mixed backgrounds, but it's also uncommon to see different types of mixed backgrounds. Growing up in America as an Afro Latina woman has been something I have been navigating my 22 years of my life. I was born in the United States. My father was born in the United States. My mother was born in the Ciudad de Mexico. When she decided to migrate to the United States of America was for a better life, better future, better education, and better family. She wanted to raise her family in this great country. She also came from a great country herself. When she migrated, as fate has it, she met my father. They met in Utah. However, they raised and formed their family in Southern California, which is where me and my siblings grew up most of our lives. But at one point, in the year 2009, we had to migrate from this country to this country because the economic reasons. And when we went from this country to this country, I think that's when I really realized that I'm very different than most people. I got these most common questions asked. I had joined primary school for the first time in my life. As a young girl who has been homeschooled her whole life, I learned how to read and write and speak and educate myself in the Spanish language publicly. Spanish was a language I learned in the home. Spanish was a language I practiced in the home. Spanish was a language my mom taught her children. So present in our home that it wasn't uncommon for us to speak outside the home. But with other children in Mexico, that was a new norm for me. These were the most common questions I got asked, which is, what are you? I'm human. So I thought, where are you really from? I'm really from my mother. She gave me this life. I'm really from God. He gave me this life. What are actually your parents? Are they actually from this country? Are they not from this country? Are they really your parents? Of course, growing up, me and my siblings all look different, but we all come from the same family. And so this was a common question I'd get asked. Are they really your parents? So yes, questions I got commonly asked as an Afro-Latina living in Mexico at that time. And these questions hurt a little bit of the soul. Growing up, this is my siblings and I, going in our outfits in our school uniforms in Mexico. We were the only mixed children that we knew. I only saw them every day. I only heard from them every day. I also knew other backgrounds from other family members extended, and I wasn't really exposed to that. Then, as fate has it, we decide to move back. Yes, back from Mexico to the United States. And what happened changed my brain chemistry. I went from this great country to another great country. And my first exposure to public school in English was middle school. And everybody knows that middle school is a crazy time. You're trying to find out who you are, what you like, what you dislike, how to blend in, how not to blend in, how to stand out, how not to stand out. So I moved from here to here, got put into public school, and was told, figure it out, make new friends, make new interests, join clubs, join after-school curriculums. So that's what I did. But I felt as though I was too Mexican for the full Mexican American children and too Black for the Black American children. Or I was too Mexican for the Black Americans, or I was too Black for the Mexicans. So I felt as though I could not blend in, I could not stand out. So what did I do? I formed my own friend group. I was battling these two cultures, the Mexican culture and the Black American culture. And I was thinking to myself, what if we got all of this, and put different types of people like this in one friend group? So that's where I formed my own friend group. We had white Italian, we had Italian Mexican, we had Korean Mexican, we had Chinese Mexican, we had Filipino American Black, we had French Mexican, we had Korean and white, all different types of ethnic backgrounds. Because I knew that if they did not know my culture and I didn't know their culture, and we were balancing between two different cultures in a household, then one thing that we could all get along with as a mixed multicultural background is being friends and understanding the mixed mindset, understanding the mixed lifestyle, and understanding being mixed in the United States of America. Now, let's look at the statistics. These are my lovely parents right here. But multicultural population in 2020, the percentage of people who reported multiple races changed more than 2.9%. The population is 9 million people. In 2010, 10.2%. Population, 33.8 million people in 2020. So we have always existed. We will always exist. We've just been ahead of our time. And I got this source from the Census Government Library, us.gov. So who is Genesis? Who am I? I am a Black woman. I'm a woman who loves the Black American culture. I love getting my hair braided. I love going to the beauty black spots. I love hip hop. I love the art of hip hop. I love my Harlem roots from New York City. I love my Black American roots from California, and the music, the culture, the divide that we had to face and to get the equality rights. I am a Mexican American, a Mexican who actually has dual citizenship, a Mexican who loves the food, a Mexican who knows the language, a Mexican who understands why she has two last names, her mother and her father's, a Mexican who understands how it is to be an immigrant, a Mexican who understands why it's so important to stand for another country in another country that you live in, a Mexican who bleeds and loves their culture, loving and accepting those who are criticized. That is who Genesis is. She is battling two cultures and loves both of them equally. In my family, we have more diversity. My nephew right here, he is Brazilian, Puerto Rican, Mexican. My other cousins right here, they are Black, Mexican, Filipino. My other cousin right here, she's Venezuelan, American, Mexican. So we should all come together, understand each other's cultures, learn from one another, understand why some cultures mix better with others, why some cultures love to embrace and show and explore their cultures with others. Let's come together right now, like the Beatles said. And I know that being a mixed child in the United States has not been easy, and it will never be easy. But as we continue to grow and learn and understand one another, we will be more accepting to the multicultural backgrounds and understand that we too are human and are American, just as we are Mexican, just as we are Black African.